Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good morning to you all. This is Storm Track 7 meteorologist Robbie Kamenar. Here's a quick look at what we've got going on all across the state of Iowa. A little bit of cloud coverage, mostly for our northwestern counties this morning, but otherwise mostly clear to partly cloudy across the area. Temperatures still in the 20s, but you will notice just off to our north and west some snow in South Dakota. That's associated with the Clipper system. It's going to be moving on through tonight. Give us a bit of a mix of rain and snow. Snow more likely for our northern counties. I'll show you a future track coming up here right now, at least in just a couple seconds here once we get through the rest of the day first. Otherwise, again, mostly sunny, like we talked about for this first half of the day. And then, say around the noon time frame, that's when cloud coverage is going to be increasing. Again, that's ahead of this Clipper system. It's not here just yet, like I mentioned. It will be moving in later on this evening. I think the onset of precipitation, we'll say about 8 to 10 o'clock later this evening. Here we are, though. Again, this is the disturbance I was talking about just a few moments ago. Should start off as rain for most of the area. Again, temperatures still very mild, again, for the time of evening, or time of night, I should say, during the overnight period. Still in the upper 30s to lower 40s across the board. But you will notice some snow for the northern tier. Some of that could mix on down for our northern counties. Now, it's not going to be much. I think south of Highway 20, you stay all rain, but along and north of Highway 20, could see some snow mix in. We'll talk about snow totals in just a moment here, but it really should begin to wrap up early Thursday morning, just in time for that Thursday morning commute. Still something to consider, again, as you head out the door for Thursday, but the good news is we'll dry out during the daytime hours, and actually I do believe it'll be mostly sunny during the afternoon hours as well. It'll be cooler. Highs will mostly be in the 30s. You'll see that in the 10-day forecast as well. But in terms of that snow, again, I think it's along and north of Highway 20. This gray shading that you see, it's about a trace and up to an inch. I don't think we see much more than that. I honestly think most areas will see less than that, if anything at all, especially with the warm ground and warm surfaces that we've had as of late. And I think more than anything, we'll see just more rainfall. We could see about a quarter inch to upwards of half an inch in many locations across eastern Iowa. Some spots could see some moderate rainfall during that overnight period, but again, not too bad. A pretty healthy dosage for a pretty quick moving system. Now, something else to keep in mind here. We were talking about it yesterday, the different scenarios that could play out for Friday. Most of the model guidance was south and west. That's why I was believing that we would stay that way, and there was a particular scenario that had some moderate to heavy snow over our area, dropping several inches of snow. That had since shifted to the south and west, and this model guidance has since congealed, and discrepancies are starting to fall away, and it looks like most of this will be to our south and west. Now, it doesn't mean we won't see some light snow, upwards of maybe an inch or two, possibly, throughout portions of the day on Friday. But again, it looks like most of this is going to weaken out and drift to our south throughout the day on Friday, and should pretty much wrap up during the afternoon hours with at least a partly to mostly cloudy sky remaining throughout the rest of the day into the nighttime period. That's what we're looking at, though. Still a couple of days to hash that out. For this Ash Wednesday, Valentine's Day, though, another mild one. Highs in the upper 40s to lower 50s. Mostly cloudy conditions later this afternoon ahead of that Clipper disturbance. It's going to give us that mix of rain and snow, looking pretty likely at this point. Lows by tomorrow morning in the upper 20s to lower 30s across the board. Mostly sunny tomorrow. We dry out, but temperatures drop. Check it out. Middle 30s to upper 30s across the board. Still that chance for some snow. Slightly higher chance for our southern areas of Cedar Rapids and Iowa City again, because the storm does look like it's going to be tracking a little bit farther to the south. Otherwise, heading into the weekend, we remain breezy on Saturday. You can see some of those wind chills mainly in the 20s again with a high right around freezing. But temperatures jump back up, as you can see, lower middle 40s thereafter.